Hey guys, before we go get into this, let's like and subscribe and share and like and subscribe.
We have a great interview coming up. Um, we have a very, very special guest, one of our favorite bands growing up. They hail from the western suburbs of Illinois. Fun facts about them: in 2008, their hit song "Boss Man" was featured in an Extra Gum commercial. I don't remember that, but I remember the
Damn, I gotta
song.
get
It's one
some
of my
extra
favorite
gum
songs.
now. I think I have some extra gum in the kitchen too.
Nice. And then their other song, "Hey Driver," was in a couple movies, Back in Action, Without a Paddle, New York Minute, and the video game MVP Baseball 2004. Let's welcome Stubby from Lucky Boys Confusion. Uh, One second. Where's the? I'm really bad at this.
Do you want me to do it?
I got it.
Okay, good. You're struggling
Uh,
hard right now.
Hold on. There it is.
There you go.
There we go.
I like
Sorry,
that
I was like
clap a
on a
lot
different
better.
screen. How's
There
it
you
going,
go.
man? How you doing?
Hey, how are you?
What's up? What's up? It's Stubby, but yeah,
Subi, sorry.
that's all right. It's not,
It's been a
it's not
long
the
day. It's
first
a long
time.
week. My eyes like messed up, and his eyes messed up. So we're just like,
Yeah, we're having
making.
one of those days today. Of course, the weather isn't it's beautiful outside. It is what are we at now? Like 65 or something outside? It's beautiful.
Yeah, love it. I feel like we're at the last part of no longer winter. We're I think at the up part of spring almost. So
Yeah,
it's
those are
great.
famous last words.
Yeah, you jinxed it. You jinxed it. See, I'm in Lombard. It's currently 61 right now. That's beautiful. I love it. I have my window in the bedroom open for tonight.
Yeah, that's perfect weather for
I
me.
know, awesome. So thanks for coming on the show again.
Sure.
Yeah, so like we just want to come on, talk about Lucky Boys Confusion a little bit and what your current projects are
Yeah.
and all that. So we've been huge fans for a while, and
Thank you.
since like
Q101
our
days.
what's up?
Q101 days.
Yeah, Q101, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
um, let's start from the beginning because like some of our audience isn't from like Illinois. How did Lucky Boys get formed and all that, and how do you guys start?
It's a long time ago. It's 25 years this year. So 25
Ooh.
years ago, I was in a band, kind of like just a high school thing, but we were getting popular, and so was Adam and Joe. I was in a band with Ryan, and Adam and Joe were in a band from Naperville. I was from Downers Grove, and they're from Naperville, and they were in not a rival band, but we all played the same scene, and the YMCA's and whatever kids played back then. Yeah, we were just kids, and when those bands broke up, I hit up Adam and I asked if he would want to get together and write together. I was kind of the main songwriter of my band, and he was the main songwriter of his. Instead of doing our own projects after our bands broke up, we just got together, and it was pretty quick. Pickup. We were playing Metro by a couple a year in, and we were doing really well. We did, and then a little while later, we got added to, like you guys said, Q101, third largest radio station in the country at the time. Back when radio was really mattered for breaking a band.
Right.
And we had a number one song with that, and got signed and picked up by Elektra. We toured, man. I think we toured for a decade. And settled back back home. People started families. And now we play like a couple times a year, mostly in Chicago, Midwest. We'll play up in Wisconsin, Indiana sometimes, St. Louis once in a while. But pretty much, stick to around here now. And yeah, but we're gonna most likely putting out some music this year for the 25th anniversary, and we'll be announcing a show here really soon.
I was gonna say I didn't want to say anything quite yet, but on your Twitter page,
Yeah,
somebody wrote that you guys have a huge LBC 25 announcement coming soon.
yeah. It's cool. I mean, I can hint a little bit at it. It's the first. It's not going to be like. It's not going to be one thing. So we're going to be celebrating all year. There's going to be big announcements throughout the year, and you know, a lot of bands say that kind of shit, but there's and some of them are like typical. Yeah, obviously we're gonna play a show. You know, we're gonna play a 25-year. And I hope I was swearing was okay.
No, you can swear.
No, yeah,
we
no,
swear all the
see-
time. It's
All
fucking
right.
Fuck
cool.
yeah.
It's cool.
Fuck yeah, you could swear.
Well, I just dated myself here because you know, on the radio back, I swear so much, and I had trained myself to never drop any swears on you know, BDC radio or you know, it just you couldn't do
Mainstream.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're not mainstream, so
Oh no, we're definitely not
No, but
mainstream.
no, even like college radio, man. You had to train yourself, and you know, some mornings, especially on those morning shows, you're hungover, man. You're just you could slip, but no, you couldn't. You slip, you're gonna lose you know, radio time. Back then, it really mattered. Anyway,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So some of it's gonna be obvious, like, you know, hey, we're gonna be playing shows, but some of it's gonna be I think one of them is going to be a pretty big surprise, and then I'll say this one: we will be putting out music this year. I don't know if it's going to be one or two songs, but it'll be one or the other. And you know, it'll be for that for the you know, 25 years, and then there'll be some show announcements. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm pissing off my guys, you know.
Yeah. So they can find all the announcements at your Twitter page. Is
Twitter,
that where-
Facebook, Instagram. We're too old for TikTok, you know. I don't know. Stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I am, at least. My friends keep telling me that I should do it because, you know, I'm on the creative side of things, and they're like, you could have some fun with it. And I'm actually, just because I love to torture myself. I've just started a new project to learn video editing. So I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll be a new TikTok
that's
celebrity.
this guy right here. He's like,
Yeah.
that was his pandemic. Like, okay, I'm going to teach myself one skill. It's video editing,
Yeah.
and
it comes in handy. I mean,
it does come in handy.
Udemy or Udemy or whatever that course is. you know?
Udemy, yeah, Udemy, yeah. I've heard of
Udemy,
it.
yeah. I'm just gonna take one of those courses, and I'm a pretty fast learner. You know, not some people are just like that. That's one of my things. I'm never I never become an ace, but I'm pretty good at, you know, picking new things up. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, but yeah, so, you know, Lucky Boys is gonna have a pretty cool year.
Did you go to DGS?
Yes, I did.
Slunt
That's
Vision also went to
awesome.
DGS. I went to Hinsdale South and Darien, so we actually rivaled you guys with all our sports, but you guys always kicked our ass. So I guess I
I
can't
don't
really
know if
write
you
home.
can take a look at me and tell, but I didn't give a shit about the sport.
Yeah, I don't know. If you look at me and also take a tell.
I'm not
you can
saying
tell, I don't care.
I love sports, man. I love football. I love
I love
football
to watch
so
'em.
much. Man, I'm obsessed with well, not I can't get into college. I know, but I didn't go to college, so it didn't help. That whole connection didn't come through. And then living in Chicago, you always had professional sports teams. But yeah, I love NFL football. I got really into baseball for a while, basketball, but I got a kid now, man. I can't like, so my wife's got me on my, you know, like I can obsess about one sport, and that's about it, you know, and that's,
Yeah.
that's what she gives me. So
Right.
but yeah, so yeah, obviously you'll have a good year. We'll have lots of fun stuff to announce there. But it's just coming into the works because, you know, we didn't know what was going on with pandemic and whatnot, and still we don't know what's going to go on with that. So
yeah,
just
it's
kinda roll
everything's
with the punches.
crazy in the world.
Yeah, just
Crazy.
gotta go with it, right? You know, like cancel when, like, it's not like you're canceling shows because of whatever reason. You know, like people understand. Like we had to cancel our New Year's Eve show, and it was a smart thing to do. So
Yeah. Did you end up staying home with your family, or did you do something big for New Year's?
trying to even remember. Yeah, I don't even. I think we did something. Oh yeah, we went over to my. We just went over to my to grandma's house. So
kept it small. Yeah,
That's cool.
that's
That's
basically
cool.
what I did too. Especially this
Yeah,
year. This year, like everybody around me was getting COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah, it was
everybody at
bad.
work, family, everybody. I was like, fuck it. I'm staying home. Fuck it.
I'm one of the me and my wife are one of the too few adults that we know that haven't gotten it.
Same here, and I'm knocking
I
on
haven't
wood
gotten it, so yeah, it's crazy.
for all three of us. Definitely knocking on wood.
Awesome. Good to see it. Good to see it.
Yeah. I saw on
Um,
your Twitter profile, you play fantasy football, or do you like fantasy football? Did you win
yeah,
this year?
I'm obsessed.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, love it.
I'm in 6 leagues or so, I think, right now.
Oh wow,
Holy
you beat me,
shit.
dude. I'm only in 3, but
Yeah, I mean, so when I say that I could talk like NFL football all day and night, and it's really funny when I look like this and I walk into a bar and somebody will start talking shit, and I'll be like, and I'll just start, I won't say anything until they push me, and then I'll just rattle off some stats, and they'll be like, "What the fuck? What's going on with this guy?" Owner fucking rock guy is like, yeah. So I love my football. Yeah, I love my stats. I like, yeah. So I have a bunch of leagues. I'm always up for more, but I try to keep with the kid and everything. I try to keep it to 6. It used to be in a way more.
Wow.
Yeah, I won my big one this year.
there we go. That's
There you
what
go.
matters.
Franchise Taylor last year. So, yeah,
Go.
it was
Sick.
no. Some of those payouts are pretty big. So, it's not putting my kid through college or anything, but it's nice. It's nice.
How about the brackets? You into the college basketball at all?
I started getting into that a little bit. It was cool. I don't since I don't really follow college sports that much. It's fun though. It's I do enjoy the sport. So when I watching it was fun. It has been fun. I love the competitiveness of it. I love the whimsy and the folly. I mean, I don't know what you call it, but like where there's just always some crazy team that's in Loyola a couple years ago or whatever. It's just like always there's a story every year, and it just kind of
this year's story is we have Illinois and Loyola both playing.
Yeah,
So
I saw
Yeah,
that.
that's huge.
I actually have Illinois going all the way in my one bracket. So
Well, I mean, how many brackets do you have though?
I have 2 so far, but the night's still young.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean,
$20 a bracket.
going in.
basically.
I think they made my Elite Eight, but I don't know if they made it. I can't remember. I don't really take that seriously. It's fun to watch. It's fun to gamble on. But that's about it.
Anything can happen. That's the best thing about March Madness. That's why anyone can win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I had a coworker
Richie over
a
here
couple years
actually
ago. She picked all the teams that had cute mascots, and she won. So anything could happen. So
Richie over here actually took the 2 days off of work just to watch.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I didn't want to get bothered by work stuff. So I'm I just want to watch March Madness and
Dude, you work from home. Just put the TV on. What the hell?
Yeah, but
I know what you mean.
It's
though,
annoying when I get
can't
chats every
concentrate.
10 seconds. Do this. No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I have a comment here asking if you ever followed the USFL back. I guess that would have been probably the 90s is when they were around, but they're coming back.
I thought
April 16th.
USFL, that wasn't that 80s?
Oh yeah, it might have been 80s.
Yeah, 80s. I
It
think
might have
80s.
been.
Yeah.
I'm not that old. I mean, I barely remember the Bears winning the Super Bowl. I'm but I think he might be talking about. I think I might have that wrong. There was a league. I thought in the 80s that Herschel Walker started off on. It was a pretty big deal. I think somehow Trump was involved in it.
I think that's it. I think that's it. It's not at the XFL, but it's the other one.
XFL was the Vince McMahon thing.
Yeah.
Was the WWF thing. Or E.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. It was the mid 80s. So yeah, that's.
I mean,
they're coming back. They're coming back.
At that point in time, my my thing was I learned this. I learned every word of the Super Bowl shuffle. I was still very innocent. Innocent meaning I wasn't allowed to watch sports growing up. So
yeah.
So everything that I learned or everything that I really knew about football back in the 80s and even 90s really was just through books and when I used to be able to go sleep over at some friend's house or something, watch. But yeah, I didn't really get into. I loved it, but I wasn't really able to watch much. But yeah, I don't know.
This is
US
actually a really
it's
funny
coming back, though.
comment.
Wasn't that the
We-
point of it? Hooked up.
This
with
is a really funny comment that somebody actually said they hooked up to your music with chicks in college. It looks like
Yeah.
that's like the ultimate form of compliment. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to bang girls to your music. Like what?
I've
What?
heard that so many times. It's like
That was my
I
next
know
question. Have you heard that? Okay.
oh god,
Yeah.
way worse than that, man. And like yeah, definitely. And yeah, yeah, I've heard it all, man. It's
That's dope. That's dope.
it,
I had a funny
And-
story too about like that because like I actually saw you guys live when I went to Eastern Illinois. Shout out Tony Romo, shout out Jimmy G. It was actually my first rock concert I've been to, but I remember like partying and like I was doing a keg stand like to one of your songs. I think it was like Boss Man or something, but the
yeah.
guy like dropped me like in mid song, but I was wearing a white polo and I was like, oh no, like it was during the polo. So like I was like, fuck. It was horrible,
Man,
but that's one of the fond memories
college
I had from
days.
college.
College days. EIU was nuts.
We
Yeah.
I don't know, like if you listen to the words, they're pretty sad. But
Yeah.
Doing a keg
somehow
stand.
we became like I think it's just because the energy and
It's the energy, yeah.
something about my voice maybe. But I think that like we ended a lot of people's party music,
It was my pregame music, definitely. Like I definitely had it in my pregame like list.
I honestly, when I was writing those songs, that's not what I had in mind. But I don't care. I was just going through my stuff, writing songs about what I was feeling, and then with Adam, and
Yeah.
we arranged them with Joe and Jay and Ryan, and but when people come up to us and like, man, that's Fred Astaire is my party anthem. I'm like, that's a
interesting.
song about my like relationship with my parents and
Yeah.
how I overcame that and still made amends with them. I'm like, but if you want to chug a beer to it, man, that's cool with me. I don't care.
You could totally get behiand that. That's
Or like Boss Man. Another one is that's where I'm like, just like like I was at my end of my rope and I was just kind of like, I don't know where my life's gonna take me. This before we got signed, and all that stuff, and I was just seeing nowhere, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna be stuck working at like some, the song, but like people are like, man, I get down to that. I'm like, it's okay, but it's not always about the words, it's not, but it is pretty funny to me when people say that kind of stuff, but it takes me back to when I was getting into music and when I used to find out what songs or the writers of the songs actually meant and how it just would ruin it. So, it's like, oh man, that's not what I thought it was. Okay, well,
I gotta re-listen. I gotta re-listen to the lyrics now.
I
after
know, but it's so
how
much
many
energy though.
years.
Like it just makes you want to party. But I guess
but
that's like
what I mean. It's like it doesn't bother me. Like what I think when I was younger, I was like, oh man, nobody's listening, and I'm like, oh man, they're just listening, but they have their own interpretation. Like, I have always been kind of like cryptic with my messages and so you can't and this is just me being a grown up now, but like being like you can't expect to be vague and not expect people to get their own interpretations of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
especially with social media now. I
Yeah.
bet that adds a complete game, to music writing in general. But back to your music writing, you're the 25 year, you actually hinted that, new music would be coming out.
Mhm.
Are you going to keep the same style, change it up?
that's funny.
What do you think? What do you think we're in store for?
That transitions me into like I'm doing another project too, but that kind of I'll tie all of it together. So the answer to that is yes, and it kind of leads back into earlier, like during the quarantine, I was getting together with the guys a little bit, and I was kind of pushing the style of music that I wanted to do, and the guys were going along because they love me, and they're wonderful fellows, and but you can feel like okay. So I was trying to do some reggae music, and LBC does have hints of that, but it's like it's not really kind of what we do. So like doing a full album like that is like a lot. So I realized and I realized there that I was trying to do something different with a band that's already kind of been branded in what we're doing, and it works. So why am I fucking with it? So so I pulled those songs, and and then I had a couple tunes in the bag, as they say, and I showed them to Adam and Jason and Rai, and they're digging them. So we got a couple tunes. We're gonna start working on them this summer.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And
let's go.
so, and then the other tunes that I was talking about, that I brought, I started this project called Mr. Miz and the Infusions, and it's my solo thing. I have a couple songs out, and they kind of were stemmed from that kind of stuff. So I put out some tunes that were like, just my like B-sides kind of stuff, and then it turned into something more. So starting next week, I'll be like putting out like some interesting stuff. It's gonna be more of that reggae kind of stuff. So check it
Very
out.
Awesome.
cool. Where can we find that?
So
Mr. Miz.
well, right
anyway.
now I only have a couple songs out, but like but yeah, you can find that Mr. Miz and so it's kind of a difficult name, but it's Mr. Miz and the Infusions. So if you type in Miss MRMS 4U, the number 4U is my Instagram, and then Facebook is just Mr. Miz and the Infusions. But really, honestly, if you just go to my Facebook pages, I'm sure I talk about it every other day. Yeah, so Mr. Miz and
Mr. MM. Yeah, I think I got it.
Is that it?
yeah, that's almost right.
I tried.
Mr. MR period, MS period, and the Infusions. Yeah, but yeah, that's
Mr. Okay, I thought it was MIZ. That's what I was looking for.
no.
Okay,
I mean
that's
how I pronounce it, but it just has to do with my MS. So I got diagnosed a few years ago, and so it's just kind of like my tribute to that kind of thing. So Mr. MS, Mr. Miz.
There's too many people in my life that are affected by MS, and it's something that I definitely hold near and dear. And
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
it's crazy.
Doing a MS sucks. So I have this like organization charity thing that I do, and I did it in 2019. It's called MS Sucks Singing for a Cure, and I was gonna do it every year, but then the pandemic hit. So I'm doing my next show here this year. So MS. So yeah, if you guys, if it's something that you guys, if it's dear to your hearts and your
Definitely.
lives, yeah,
Definitely, yeah.
we should keep in touch, and
Definitely.
maybe you guys can do something. You can do a live broadcast from it or something. It'll be at the
Absolutely.
Bottom Lounge.
Yeah, we'd love to. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
It'll be at the Bottom Lounge, July 16th.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm still putting the acts together. I don't really play out with this band yet, and after you guys, so the song again, the songs that I have out right now are just the earlier stuff, but the next stuff coming out is kind of like more of the serious, full
That's
band
cool.
stuff.
Put more of your heart
I
into
have
it.
like a lullaby from my daughter. I did a cover of Hallelujah.
Oh,
I
that's
have
cool.
a video for
That's
that.
very cool.
too.
Yeah.
And I did and then there's just a little doo-wop tune. Yeah, I just had some silly songs in my head that I want to get out, and then I'm starting this serious stuff. I know it's gonna piss a lot of people off, but I don't know. I'm at that point in my life where I just don't care. I got a little bit. I might have gotten a little bit I don't know, political, but socially. I make a few points in it that people might not like, but you can't please everybody.
Can't please everybody. That's the way I look at our show, especially when me and Richie go on and we say something and we get some backlash. Can't please everybody.
You can.
So
you don't like
the Facebook.com/Mr. MS and the infusions. It's on the bottom of the screen. I found it here and clicked like on it.
Sure.
Please make sure you actually post that event on this page, because I'll be
Oh,
looking for it on this
Yeah,
page.
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, yeah, for sure, all over this. And then I kind of did a video that you may want to check out if you're, if MS is a thing that's, affects you. It's the same thing. Just go to the YouTube page for this band. You'll like
Okay.
it's. I didn't realize. So what happened is I started this thing and I put this video out, and I didn't realize that it was it was as clear as it was of what I was singing about, or what I was in the video. And I
Right.
got a lot of people like the MS Society and different MS groups reached out to me after the video, and it's got it's not a lot, maybe like 14,000 plays or whatever, but it's like it's kind of gotten this like niche viewership of the MS community.
I
A
found it right
niche.
here.
Yeah.
Yep. It's the Hallelujah
Yeah.
official music video. Is that the one? Okay.
Mhm.
What I'll do is I'll post the link. Hey, thank you for the bits, Jim Griffith. I appreciate it. Yeah, I
Thank you
have
so
all
much.
lights go crazy when people donate to us, and
Oh,
we have too
cool.
much fun doing stuff like this.
That's awesome.
But here, this is the link to that video right here. There it is.
Yeah. Thanks.
Cool. Yeah, I'm definitely going to share that. I'm really close with two people in my life that have MS. I'm going to send this to them
Yeah.
as a positive, maybe.
It's just my take on it. It's the song has been covered a million times before, but
Sure.
it's
Sure.
my take. It was my take. It's like the way I felt after I got diagnosed. So I kind of have a different. I said this when I actually first released it. Is like, why did I cover this song? Well, after I got diagnosed and I had my daughter, I had kind of had a different. I heard the song differently than I ever did before. And all the versions that are out there are really beautiful and like,
Right.
pretty.
Right.
And I'm like, man, again, it kind of goes back to what we were saying before. Like, but like when you listen to the words, it's torn and you're the writer, at least it feels like, is so conflicted. And I didn't hear it in Buckley's and Rufus Wainwright's and Pentatonics and in every single freaking artist in the world's version. And I'm not saying there's, oh man, theirs are beautiful. I'm nothing against theirs at all, but I just heard it differently. So I recorded it the way I heard it, and it's angrier and yeah, it's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Who did your video editing for this video?
Alex Zarek, he does all my stuff. He's
It
amazing.
looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just scrubbed through it real quick,
Yeah,
and it
amazing.
looks great.
Yeah.
Last question: are there more doors in the wheel or in the world, or is there more wheels in the world? What are your thoughts on the doors and wheels?
Hold on one second. I'll think about this for a second. And are his doors conventional?
Any door, car door, fridge door. If it opens, I guess it's a door, technically, or if you call it a door,
Do sliding doors count?
sure.
I mean, it's a door, I guess. Yeah.
Well,
sure.
okay,
Call
so
it a
like,
door.
but so I heard you guys talking about this a little bit earlier, and yeah, there's wheels on everything, but if you think about every door in the world, I think that we might have to have more doors than wheels. And I'll give you why. Okay, so even if a car has 4 wheels, right? It has 5 doors.
5 or 6 if you include the trunk.
That's I'm
Oh,
including.
I didn't count the trunk. That's wild. Okay, that
Okay,
makes sense.
so every car. So whoever says wheels, I beat your car theory out. Okay, so then there's the tall, even if you just do the floors of the tallest buildings in the world and all the rooms in those doors, and then every bathroom and every closet and every
just in the city of Chicago alone.
they're just more doors. They're just more doors. And then if you use the word door as an entryway, then you're just fucked. You lost.
Well, it is a doorway. It is a doorway. An entryway is a doorway. You are correct.
Yeah.
I was going more or less like you go to like an Amazon facility and they have those conveyors that are all just wheels, and there's thousands of them.
Sure, absolutely. I think it's it just depends on the definition. If you said tires, I think doors versus tires might win. Wheels, I mean, there's like we can get into clocks. Okay,
right.
Like, I mean,
gear.
I mean, every gear and every machine that makes every door, or except for that entryways, or not. Yeah, I think it's just a question that I don't think it'll ever be answered.
Well, it broke the internet this week. It's been all over Twitter and TikTok and Instagram and
yeah.
Crazy. I know. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah.
Nobody will ever know.
Yeah, man. It's cool.
But I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for coming on again.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm going to leave the link for the band's IG here on the bottom of the screen. But
awesome.
Give them a follow. Give your solo project a follow, everybody.
Yes, definitely.
Where'd that go? Yeah, there it is. Give that page, that video a watch. Let's get that up to like 1 million views overnight. That'd be really cool.
I'll wake up to that and be like, oh my god, that's something.
Yeah.
That's something.
For the whole 26 people watching us, let's get 1 million views, guys. Hit it on repeat.
That works. Every viewer is great. It's a love project, man. I think I made $7 off of it so far. So it's amazing. Great. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a taco.
Yeah. You can't even get a tank of gas for that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Well, hey. So every viewer and every listener is a plus for me. I'm just happy to be playing music still, man. So
yeah, definitely. Can't wait for your 25-year concerts and reunions and posts and everything. It's going to be a hell of a year.
Looking forward to the future. That's great. Can't wait.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, cool. Take care, guys.
All right. Bye.